evening and welcome to Real Therapy, people. How are we doing? Manchester United scored 3 goals tonight. 3 goals. I'll tell you, 3 goals. And one of them, probably the goal of the season, the goal of the decade, the goal of the century. Hey, am I getting excited? Am I getting a bit too giddy? Or was that a fantastic goal? That was an absolutely fantastic goal. Please give me thumbs up if you can hear me, people. How are we doing? How are we? Big up to everybody. But saying all of that, people, the 3 goals, that goal does not tell the whole story of the football game. We're going to get the stats up. We're going to go to the stats, people. We are going to go to the stats because we need to show the evidence of what happened in the game. Stats, all of it come together. All of it comes together. So the stats and everything else about the game, they all come together. So we're going to have a look. And I can tell you the Blood Murder She Wrote stats. They had 24 shots on goal. That's on target. We had 4. We scored 3. That is saying a lot, people. First half, they took us apart. But big up Mumbai. Big up to everybody. Love and light. I hope you're all well, people. Big up to you. And welcome to United Real Therapy match reaction and analysis. We're going to go through the game. And we want to shout out to Kobe Menu as well. But we don't want to get too overexcited about him. But he looked incredibly composed. Looked incredibly wise and mature beyond his footballing years, and that's what the thing about it. And the class, how good he is, stood out there, man, stood out. And the thing about him is that you're not seeing all the best of him. Big up to Jarvis. You've not seen the best of him because I actually think he's a better number 8 than he is as a number 6. But that, saying all that, people, it is what it is. So we'll see you when we see you, people. We will talk about it in a minute. But Mumbai, Manchester United scored 3 for the first time in a long time. How did you feel about that? And what did you think of the game? But big up to you, first of all. And Phil, can we say as well already, free Palestine from the get-go. Shadow banned or no shadow banned, or try to disturb the channel or not disturb it. We take it as an honor with our Palestinian brothers and sisters. And we stand, same time we stand with the people in Sudan, people in parts of Somalia, parts of Ethiopia, Yemen, you know what I mean, Sudan, Congo. We stand with everybody who's oppressed. That's what we do on this channel. But at this moment in time, the Palestinians have been absolutely slaughtered, and they have no means of trying to defend themselves. It's horrific, it's shocking, it's heartbreaking. A majority of the world's leaders, especially in the West, they're all for genocide. That is a fact. You can take it to the bank, people. Take it to the bank. But anyway, so love, solidarity, and massive hugs to all the Palestinian people worldwide and anybody else who's suffering, and especially the people of Congo as well. And we'll tell you a little bit about similar forces. The Zionists are in Congo as well, training the different armies and stealing the diamonds. Facts. People can come at me all they want on here, but that's a fact. Call it whatever you want, and we're going to call it as we see it. But Mumbai, let's go to the game. How are you doing, first of all? How are you doing in this cold Sunday, brother? How are you?
Good evening, bro. I'm blessed. This whole week has been blessed. Thanks for having us on.
He is blessed. He is blessed. He is blessed. He is blessed. Sorry. It's Sunday and all that. You gotta get the church songs out for you.
Whatever you do, don't take it to Barclays Bank.
No, definitely. Well, we were outside Barclays. We did our bit against Barclays.
Just so everybody knows. And it's a pleasure to live in the shadow of the Palestinians. So you want a shadow ban? I'm even more proud to be part of this number now. And yeah, first and foremost, God bless the Palestinians and everybody that's been treated unjustly, and may God rid us of this entity that is just racist,
Yeah.
hell bent on ethnically cleansing people,
Yeah.
and systematically killing the future of Gaza by murdering children. Um,
Hmm.
Today I brought myself to watch the game because I wanted to come on here tonight, having done the post match with you. But in the main, I was struggling to even watch football, but I definitely did watch today. So, what did we think of that game? Well, I I had the game on, um, and I was occupied just as it started, and then the commentator absolutely lost his rag, and I thought, wow, what's this? If you can believe it, I still haven't seen the Garnacho goal.
What?
But so I'm gonna watch that goal. Um, but I thought today, as you said at the top of the show, they were the better side. The first half, as soon as we get the goal, what tends to happen is we start game starts to get away from us. We start to go a little bit backwards, backwards, backwards. Then we get the ball. We start to cause our own problems trying to play out from the back. Calvert Lewin's got to do better with. He's really good in the air usually. He gets two really good chances. He fluffs them both. One straight to Anana, and one's just over the bar. Doucouré could score. The one where he flashes it past the post. So we were lucky. Took a worldie of a goal. We're going at half time. We're riding our luck. So just a general overview before we get into the finer details, and I'll pass it back to you. They were the better team throughout the game, I felt. The statistics back that up. But today, we took our chances. Um, and there were some good performances. Kobe Mainu was really good today. I think he will improve as things go on because um, there's a little bit less time here than what he's used to in his own age group. But he's very smooth. He's very calm. Um, he's the way he strokes the ball is not something you can teach, and he's a bit wiser than his years. You look at he didn't stop when he cleared it off the line, um, and he senses danger and he snuffs it out. There was another chance after he cleared it off the line, not long after that, where somebody shot from the left side, and he blocks it. So he was really important for us today. Um, I thought everybody did all right, to be honest with you. After 90 minutes is over, I'd say everybody did all right, and it always looks a little bit nicer and feels a bit better because we won. The result always changes the perception of things. You accept the fact that we didn't play particularly great. There's still the links between the midfield and the attack. If I had to rate the team, I'd say the defense was probably our best part. Then the midfield was all right. Then the attack was okay. In that order, we still play out from the back. We get into midfield and we have to go back. Still, that's happened quite a bit to us. It's not where we're getting the ball, controlling the game, and forcing the issue, going for that second goal after a worldie. It's more games getting away from you. You got to ride your luck a little bit. But ultimately, Eric Ten Hag is getting results now, so I have to take my hat off to him. That's 5 in 6, and I always said when I was saying, I'm not smashing my head against the wall saying get him out. Um, you've got to give me the results, or you've got to give me good football performances, and we're getting results right now. So I really can't complain too much, and it gives him time to get some more players back and keep building. And it was good to see Luke back today, but I'll pass it back over to you now.
Oh, big up, big up, big up, Jarvis. Enter
Big
the
up,
enter the room, Jarvis. Sorry, I was
Yes,
checking
Easy
something
job.
else.
big
Big up
up.
Shakarian as well. Ten Hag, Kobe Manu. We knew we were in transition. We had to develop players. Kids have to deserve it. It's painful for us when he got the injury in preseason, but now he's back. Yeah, big up. Big up to you, Jarvis. I thought today was a strange game. It was a really interesting game. I'll break it down quickly before I go to you. I thought Manchester United started off all right. Probably what I think goal of the season for me. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I was watching it and I'm like, where's Diego Dalot putting this cross? Because lately, I don't know if you will, when we go out wide, we don't put any good crosses in. And it was a bad cross. I'm not going to lie to you, because he had to go 1, 2, 3 steps to retrieve it and then do it. So the technical ability to do it, the audacity to do it was incredible. And I thought in the next 15 minutes after that goal, we didn't concede after 30 seconds like we usually do, Jarvis. We kept the ball for the 15, 20 minutes. We were in charge. We were popping it around. Bit too slow for my liking. Bit more at the round the back. We were passing it because I thought that we could have gone at them again and get the second. But after 15, 20 minutes, after 15 minutes, 17 minutes, they came into it. We got absolutely bullied. People absolutely bullied us. And basically what happened was then we conceded chance after chance after chance after chance, and they kept missing. They created the best chances in the game, to be fair to you, because that was the likelihood of him scoring that was 0 point something %. Do you know what I mean? One in a million.
Yeah.
So in terms of creating, they opened us up again and again and again. And it was actually Manu who kicked it off the line and Onana who made a couple of decent saves. But that's our second half. We improved drastically. We played out better from the back, a little bit more better. Manu came into the game a bit. And the second goal I thought was well deserved. After that, we could have got third, fourth, fifth. But the first half, large parts of it, we got absolutely bullied and destroyed. How did you see the game, Jarvis? Big up to you. Love and light, people. Love and light.
Yeah, first of all, people, we are almost 100 people watching, so start with hitting the like. There's only 40 likes, so it's not good enough. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, I saw the game, the result 3-0. That's excellent. 3-0. It's the most we have scored this season, I believe, in a winning game. We have lost 4-3 a couple of times, but now we didn't concede. I would say today I'm not happy with the result. You know, I watched the first half one more time just to try to analyze it, to see what was going on. And yeah, Mainu was incredible. He's levels beyond the other players. But we still drag on the usual suspects. And I can't say it enough, but McTominay, he's not even close to good enough. He wouldn't been playing for any other Premier League team. That's how limited he is as a player. He drags us down. And we saw it today when Mainu, he dropped down in between the center backs, received the ball, turned and delivered the ball forward into the midfield. But we were dropping and losing the ball all the time. And we have players like McTominay. We have players like Lindelof. We have players like Rashford. They are always dragging us down. We will never be a winning team as long as we drag those guys along. They are not good enough. And people got to understand, you know, it's 3-0. That's a great result. Yeah. But this team will never win the league title if we are having passengers on the team like those guys. They're not good enough. And seeing McTominay in the first half, he just jogging around in his usual way, jumping along like a giraffe. And every time he receives the ball, he doesn't understand what to do with the ball because he doesn't look around. He don't know what's going on behind him. You know, people call him sideways. They call him sideways, but it's not the sideways. He's a back pass. He always passed the ball one way, and that's back to the center backs. Sometimes he and Mainu interchange position, and McTominay was the deepest. He was the number 6. And he received the ball from Onana, right back to Onana. Then he moved position. Onana gave him the ball, right back to Onana. So Onana had no choice. He couldn't play McTominay anymore. He started playing Lindelof, and Lindelof was in trouble as soon as he got the ball because he has no left foot. He was playing left center back. So I'm not happy with the result. Everybody needs to open their eyes and see this is not good enough. Ten Hag needs to do some changes, and we can't have those passengers riding along this team because then we will be mid-table at best.
Yeah, big up to you. Listen, big up to you. Listen, guys, I know you're stingy. This channel is shadow banned. My Twitter shadow banned because we stand up for human rights. The least you could do, guys, is just smash a like on the video.
Yeah.
Unless you're against people who stand up for humanity. Then don't smash a like there. You know what I mean? I'm not here for you. if you don't want to. But big up Sheikh Ariam for the quotes, by the way. And big up Alien Tenno. Alien Tenno says, 18-year-old kid in midfield balling. Enough said. Yeah, he was balling. He looked, honestly, levels of any Manchester United player. Levels. But I don't want to get too overexcited. I don't want to really get him all up, because you know what happens, innit? He'll have a bad game and then it'll be like, get this fraud out of my football club, will be trending. You know what I mean? We know what some of our fan base are like. Gary Neville, the standout player in this match has been Kobe Manu. I'm going to give him man of the match. I'm going to give the match to Garnacho. Sometimes no one deserves man of the match, and that goal does, yeah. I mean, to be fair, even he understood Garnacho from the clip that I saw. So big up Steve A as well. Big up Jamie Wayne as well. Big up to all the regulars, man. Big Alfie Chico is in the house. Long time no see, Alfie Chico. Love to you as well, man. So, yeah, we got the certified therapy army in the building. Big up to everybody. Yeah, big up to Natalie as well, the mix as well. A lot of people, man. The solid people, the people who stand up for humanity are always here as well, man. Schaefer, Gary Neville not giving Garnacho a man instead of Kobe, because man of the match is supposed to be the best performance, not just a goal, seamless. To be fair, you know what? I can see why he give it, because it's about the moment. Roy Keane here saying about he criticizes goalkeepers, but you'll let him off though with this one. Yeah, honestly, it was amazing. It was amazing. I don't think he's ever going to score a better goal like that, by the way, because it's almost like 10, 12, 13 yards out. The distance is the big up Natalie as well. Big up to all of you. I want to go to you, Bombay, because I want to talk about the first half after the first 15 minutes when at will Everton were creating chance after chance after chance. What were you thinking?
Well, it's not something unusual with Manchester United. Traditionally what you'd hope is you've quietened them down. You've absolutely silenced them because of the goal that went in. And you're thinking, okay, let's not give anything away. Fine. And let's maybe try and go for that second one, turn the screw up a little bit. But Manchester United have a tendency in a lot of games to give you 15, 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour. And you're thinking, yeah, we're not worried, we're all right. And then what tends to happen is we are insisting on playing out from the back, which is a very important part of this team. So
Bombay, hold on 1 second. Bombay, hold on. I didn't know I had boyfriends, but thank you, wallahi. Go ahead. Apparently, I've got breaking news. Apparently, I've got boyfriends.
I know you've got girlfriends with a capital S at the end of it, but boyfriends might have to think about our friends here. So
yeah, I got boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever friends. All friends are welcome, people. They're all welcome. It's all good.
So yeah, look, let me. Sorry, Manchester United have a tendency.
I threw him off, people. I had to compose him. Listen, there's over 100 of you. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification because it lets you know when we're live. A lot of people have been telling me the YouTube is not letting them know when I'm live. That means shadow ban. So please smash a like on the video so more people see the content. You're not going to get these laughs anywhere else, people. Come on. It's the least you could do.
Are you sure I can go ahead? Are you sure? Shall I go ahead? We have a tendency to start to creep back into our own box slowly, and allow the other team to start to come onto us. And then it turns into we're trying to play out from the back. We get into the midfield. Then when we get into the midfield, we end up making our way back into the defense again. Then we get back into the midfield and we get swatted and we go back into the defense again. We're having a problem where I don't have too much of an issue with the defense, but it's being tested a lot because when we're getting into the midfield, we're going always back to the defense. They're pushing up on us. They're squeezing us a little bit tight, and you saw it today. Thingy was being used, Onana was being used a lot, and he started having to go long, and we were basically giving them the ball back. He did some good distributions. His distribution's good, but if you're just giving them the ball back, it's no good. We have to solve that link up between midfield,
Yes.
getting into midfield, turning and being able to link up with the attack, making some progress up the pitch. Too often it becomes very blase, and we're playing in our own half, basically. It's very frustrating. Now that is happening in part because Scott McTominay today, there is a lot of going backwards. I think Scott, he did all right. I know, Jav,
No,
you're not happy. You're not having it, and
I'm
you've
not
watched
having
it
it.
twice. I understand that. I think Scott McTominay, perhaps.
Try again some other way of sneaking us. Scott in there. Go on, Scotty, son.
What I think Scott is doing there, Scott is just a recycler. Just a recycler. Scott basically finds space when we have the ball, get the ball, let somebody play off you, and that's as much as you're going to get out of Scott playing in that deeper type of positions. I think Scott McTominay, there's too much to ask on and off the ball. The dynamic situation is constantly changing in the centre of midfield. You're better off saying to him, look, you're going to play as an 8, give him a little bit of that freedom. Do you know, but you put him in there because he's got some steel about him. That's why you put him in there. So I think Scott today was just a recycler. I really like the performance of Harry Maguire today. To be honest, I think he's playing really well. I think he deserves to start at the moment ahead of whoever else. I think Diogo Dalot is a player that I like. He does his job. He does his job. I like him. He's grown on me. Thought Kobe Mainu was excellent. Again, I'd say about Cobb. I saw Cobb. Cobb's a lovely player to watch, and really excited about him. He's just come back from injury. I think Cobb a few times thinks he's got a little bit more time than he actually has, but that's because he's making the transition into the big boy game, and as soon as he adjusts, he will be even better than what we see today. I thought Martial, he did his job today. I've not got too much complaints. It's always a graveyard shift for our strikers. He brought others into play when the balls were getting hit long. He drew a few fouls. I can't expect too much more than that. So he deputised well for Højlund. I thought Rashford was dreadful first half. I really was pissed off because it's so obvious what you need to do. He's getting his head down. He's 26 years old now. We've got to stop that. You've got to get your head up, make the right passes. Just losing the ball, trying to do that, five-a-side ripping bullshit. Stop that. Just stop that, man. Come on, be a leader. Be the player that you should be. It's too much stupidity and wrong decisions and poor quality. Bruno, I wasn't overjoyed with in that first half, but things got a little bit better second half. But in the main, man, I haven't got too many complaints. Today is another day like every other day, guys. We've gotten away with 3 points. I think in the first half, you look at Calvert-Lewin is a very good guy in the air. Has 2 free headers. He should do better there. We got let off. Doucouré maybe should score. Just flashes it past the post. We're riding. We're taking a lot of heat. 24 shots, man, is not something to just scoff at. It's Everton. It's not City. It's a lot of chances. We're conceding a lot of chances. Today they just didn't finish, and we did. That was the difference. But we're getting results, and as long as we're getting results, it's building confidence. We're climbing up that table. We're doing our job. But again, the way that we're playing is still not good enough, man. It's still a bit worrying,
You're on mute, Ruben, man.
Big up, Tom. Thank you for joining us, Tom. Big up to you. Big up, Chucky.
Yes,
check Ariane Rashid, man. Go and check him out, man, on Twitter. Big up for the comments. Big up for all the love in the chat, people. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Come on, guys. I got the panel together tonight, man. Let's go. Let's do this, people. Manchester United don't win 3-0 that often, but in this channel we don't just get carried away by the result. We got carried away. Every football fan, even some Everton fans. I swear to you, I saw the clip on Sky, right? Garnacho scores, and this Everton fan, woman, she's like that.
I know who you're on about as well. I know who you're on about.
She's like that. It's like that. I swear to you. If you see, I always watch the crowd when some of those goals go in, and she's like, that's what it was. It was a wow moment. So big up, but Tom, are we in the Seven Hills? Is it Brisky up there in Yorkshire? Is it Brisky? Brisky, fella.
No. We're in capital today. We're in London.
Hey,
I've got a couple of meetings the next couple of days, so got to discuss some business.
00 Tom, mate. Forget 007. 00 Tom, mate. Canary Wealth. You know what I mean? MI6 in the house. Big up, Tom.
You know.
International man of mystery. You know what I mean? International
big up
man
anyway,
of mystery.
guys.
Yeah, big up, Tom. How are you? You good?
Yeah, good, guys.
How's the Big Apple? How's it treating you? L-O-N-D-O-N. L-O-N-D-O-N.
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, I've got some things on the next couple of days and everything, so I'm down here for a little bit, and then we go back up north and everything to family and stuff. So
yeah, big up to you, man. I hope the meetings go well. But talk to me. You saw that game? Were you in the pub with the Cockney Reds? Were you watching it in the pub?
No, I was with a couple of friends and everything. We had a couple of drinks, but we stayed over at one of my friends' houses, not too far away from Stamford Bridge. But yeah, we watched the game and everything. Listen, he's a Chelsea fan, so we can take the piss out of him. It's all good. Yeah. It's all good. I can actually banter people for a change. Man United didn't get embarrassed going away from home. But listen, with the goal itself, I mean, one thing I'm going to say, 18, 19 years old, the balls at 18, 19 years old, to even try it, let alone score, to try it. Yeah. That's bottle for you. That's confidence.
Yeah.
And I'll say it for what it is. Anthony could never. Rashford could never. Martial could never. None of them could. None of them would even have the decency to try it. Because if he doesn't pull it off, guys, we know what happened. He gets made a meme of. He completely gets made a meme of.
Anthony would have tried it if it came in from the other side, though.
But at the end of the day, the goal itself, and even what you're saying, even Everton fans, like when I was watching the game and everything, and look, I had an Everton fan who was one of my brother's friends who went to the game. He even looked at it. He said half of the Everton they even applauded it. They applauded it, and sometimes you have to look at something. And you just have to think that's something that doesn't happen once. That happens as a rarity. It's not a common thing to happen, a goal like that. And listen, the comparisons will get made with the Rooney thing and everything. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think that was better than the Rooney one. The Rooney one was the bigger occasion, but he shouldn't have. And there was a little bit of fortune in the goal, but it was a bigger occasion. But the Garnacho one, the height, just the connection is honestly, even when you just describe it, you just know that it was something brilliant. Superb. And trust me, if anything can beat that for goal of the season, I don't care in European football or in the Premier League, there's a national scandal, surely. There has to be.
Yeah.
But if we're going on to the whole game, look, first 20...
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. It's Comedy FC, the therapy army tonight, I'm telling you. It's Comedy FC. Let me just get to some of these. First of all, let me just get to some of these. What did he say? Alfie Chico was telling him. Let me just answer Alfie Chico. Alfie Chico says, Manu, a CDM or centre midfielder. I think he's a number 8. For the youth team and the reserve, sometimes he plays. Depending on what's going on against, sometimes they put him in number 8. Sometimes they play him as a number 10. He's got all the ability. When you're composed, you can play multiple different positions, right? He is a fantastically technical footballer. Big up to you. Let me just get the super chat. Nathaniel is a shout out to the Piami love from South Africa. We stand with Palestine. Yes, brother. Yes. The Irish and the Palestinians and the South Africans and the Palestinians, you can never separate them. People who suffered or suffered. They know what time it is. You know what's up. Wendy's having a little dig here. She's like, 3-0 with Ten Hag in the stands. She's basically saying he should go there more often.
Yeah, maybe we should extend that ban, man.
And big up to Sheikh Ariani. Says Ten Hag rocking up like Arthur Shelby. And then
I thought it was a version of Peaky Blinders.
exactly, Arthur Shelby, mate. Arthur, if you know Peaky, you're Peaky, innit?
If you know, guys, you know.
If you know, you know.
Right.
Those of us who don't know, it's a famous television show based in the Midlands. Actually, some of it was filmed in Manchester as well.
In Manchester, some of it was, yeah.
Yeah, some of it was filmed in Manchester. So Peaky Blinders, if you know your Arthur Shelby, you know. Yeah, you know. And then Arian was doing so well. Arian was doing so well because he loves Donny van der Beek. So he's doing so well, grabbing all of the after the match comments. But he let himself down by making up one. This is a made up one. I need to start playing games very soon. If not Man United and other club, I think I have to be ambitious. I don't know if he said that. I think you're adding this.
Whoa.
He says, Donny van der Beek says, I hope for more games when I was playing well, so you get into the flow. But you have to deal with more factors. Everyone wants to make United successful again, but they are not.
Listen, we've got enough lies with Sheikh. We got enough lies.
And then he goes, and then he goes, they're not succeeding. He goes, they're not succeeding. It's hard to put a finger on it. I'm sorry, Shakarian, but I have to disqualify you as the quote getter. I have to disqualify you because that is a shocking one. you were doing so well.
Do you know what we call that? Do you know? That's a Mark Regev.
That's a Mark Regev, mate. He slipped one in. That's a Mark Regev, you know, Mark.
That's a Regev, that.
Listen, big up Alfie Chico as well. It says, big up people. Listen, let's just smash a like. There's nearly 140 of you in here. Alfie Pelletri needs more playing time. Good footballer in him. Yeah, 100%. And have we dealt with everything that is on here? We dealt with everything that's in here. But Ten Hag saying here today, he's saying Ten Hag Hoyland be fit. It was close finish for today, but we have a couple of days. Now we have to play us back. We need them as Rashford is suspended against Galatasaray. Yeah, a lot of people are already celebrating that, but it's a big game. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the preview tomorrow with Saeed, and if any of you guys want to join, you're happy to join around 6 o'clock tomorrow, so UK time. So big up to everybody. Nuruddin, he says here, I didn't know it was a false. The false guys, my bad.
If you're on that Wikipedia, that's what it is.
Yeah. Listen, big up Sheikh Arian, aka from the head of the PR team of Donny van der Beek's PR team. There we go. If you see Donny, if I meet Donny, I'm gonna let him know that you are heading his PR team. Big up. Honest opinion on Man, you guys, a lot of potential. Yeah, this is what we want to come to. Definitely, we're gonna come to this next. Yeah. But Tom, I'm gonna stay with you and ask you the question that we need to be super careful not hyping him up. You know, therapy. I mean, we've been on to Manu a long time since we've been on YouTube. We've been talking about him. I coined the phrase in it, a Stockport Incy. You know what I mean? Stockport Incy. That's what the people, some of the people call him. So, but we don't want to overhype him because you know some of our fan base on Twitter. And obviously, it's a lot of burner accounts for opposing fans as well. When one player that the fan base likes has a bad game, he's trending on Twitter. So we need to be super careful with him. We need to be super careful with him. But he showed maturity beyond these years today. Honestly, he looked he looked so above, like levels above of like the type of footballer he is. And it's just a shame we don't have three of them. If we have 3 or 4 of them in the team to that level of Manu's level, we could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things are possible. But unfortunately, we have him and we're going to drag him down. Honestly, we're going to wait till he starts getting into the team properly and then it'll happen to him. It happens to every player. So what do you think of that quickly? And then I can go around to Jarvis and Bumbaye.
Yeah, I think with Kobe Mino, at the end of the day, he's 18 years old. He's not on a long-term contract with United. He's not on the big bucks wages that a young player might get for having a breakout season like Rashford did, and we give Garnacho last season. But it depends when players deserve to get paid more, then you need to reward them at the end of the day. Listen, the kid, in my opinion, he had 2 standout games so far that I've watched him. That was Arsenal pre-season where he didn't get injured. Even in the build-up to the Real Madrid game before he had to get hacked off, he was brilliant. And again today, you threw him in at the deep end. It's not like he's had like 5-10 minutes here and there and to get a bit of a feel back into football. No, you've just blown him straight in there in big hostile environment. We knew what Everton was about today. Protests, the hostility towards the Premier League. We knew that there was going to be an atmosphere. But at the end of the day, the calmness that the kid has on the ball for 18 years old is just staggering for me. And in many cases, he reminds me so much of when you were describing it as more of Paul Ince, Nuruddin, but a younger version of him. He reminds me so much of a young David Silva at Manchester City, where he needed wrapping in cotton wool for a couple of years to properly, fully develop physically. But because we know the talent's there, the guy can pick out a pass, he can turn, he can run with the ball. And you're saying it there, Nuruddin. The one thing that I want to see with this kid is, I want to see us pick a position for him and let him mould into that position. I don't want to see this where we do it with so many young players where let's make him play on the left, the right, down the middle. No, stick him on one position and make him an expert. Not one of these transitional, versatile players. We've had enough of them over the years at Man United. So like we've all agreed on, if we think he's better as an 8, let him develop as an 8 for 2-3 years. Don't put him in there against Galatasaray in 10, for example, or put him in there against Stockport away and play him as a number 6. No, stick him in one position and let him actually flourish and develop as a young player. But for me, the way that I would personally use him for the whole season is I'd play him in games that, it's going to sound really bad, but that don't mean as much. And the reason why I would do that, and I'd give him maybe a big opportunity here and there. So, for example, you play Chelsea in a couple of weeks if you want to throw him in that game. Or if you want to throw him in there against one of the big boys, a Spurs or something. But to go away to, say, Liverpool or even Galatasaray in midweek, as an 18-year-old kid, he's never experienced that sort of an atmosphere before. If you thought Everton was bad today, mate, they call it going to hell when you go to Turkey. Any ground in Turkey is like going to hell. They get the flares out. We already know the balaclavas. The guys are maniacs, put it that way. So at the end of the day, with how I look at it with Kobbie Mainoo, he's a brilliant young player, but let's manage him properly. He's just come back off of a long layoff injury as a young player as well. We need to manage him. And I think the biggest point that I'll make as the last point for him is I want to know and have the faith in our medical staff that they can actually build a recovery package plan around him. Because he's a young player, he won't be used to playing all these games so fast, willy-nilly, high pace. And a lot of young players, they burn out very easily. We burnt the potential out of Rashford years ago. We did the same with Martial years ago. So let's learn from our lessons and let's manage these young players a lot better. Because if we do, you never know what player that they might turn out to be. But from what I've seen, guys, I think top quality, but we need to wrap them in cotton wool.
Yeah.
Yo, big up. Listen, there's a VAR check. There's a VAR check. On when there's a VAR check.
Right. What quality?
There is a VAR check.
I'm gonna find these out.
You need to find there's a VAR check, mate. Come on, Jarvis, make it. Come on, make the square.
Johnny. Right, I'm gonna have a look for you.
There's a VAR check. Windy says Sheikh Arian. It might be part of Donny van der Beek's PR team. But the quotes are in the disco mirror. They're in the mirror, apparently. So we need Tom, a journalist, to go and ratify that. So we'll see. Just like VAR, it's going to take some couple of more minutes, people. But let's carry on with the show, instead of carrying on with the game. Big up.
Carry on with the show.
Jarvis, Kobbie Mainoo.
Yeah.
Kobbie Mainoo, I know you said at the start of it, but specifically not overhyping him because I feel bad for him, really, because this is one of the worst Manchester United teams he's playing in. You know what I mean?
Nuruddin, listen.
Tom,
he mentions everything that I have to say about him, but people gotta be aware. He's a young player. He's 18 years old, and it's not only about managing like muscular injuries, and it's about learning the game, learning how to protect himself. Because now he's very open in his play. When he received the ball, he's very open, but he got the athleticism to come out of it because he has good technique and he's quick. But next game, the opposition will be aware because they will see this game and analyze. So they will put one guy on Kobbie Mainoo. And every time he tries to dribble himself out of it, what do they do? Whack. They will take his ankles, his knees, his calves, everything. So this is about learning process. People got to understand he's a young kid. And if we keep playing him every game, start him every game, he will be done. We will have Kobe Mainu 1 season, maybe 2 seasons, and he's done. So this is about developing the talent. We got to protect him. We got to give him time to learn. Give him a couple of games, take him out of the game, let him sit and rest for maybe 4 games, learn, watch, develop, and then come in again. This is how you develop young players, because I'm not worried about his physicality, his ability to play in the Premier League, but he needs to learn to protect himself. And at the moment, the other players around him, like McTominay and Bruno, they are too wasteful, too sloppy on the passes. When he receive a pass from McTominay, maybe it's a little bit off. He has to use a half of a second extra to get control over the ball, and then whack, because he plays in a team that's not very good for him at the moment. We need better ball players to also help him out, to get him to continue his passing game, because he plays on a lot of the passes on the bounce, one touch, boom, boom. He has to do it because he has to protect his body. So give him time, don't hype him up, and because he's a gem. Let's say if he can do this, he will be the best midfielder in the world in 10 years, 5 years, but not now. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah, big up. I hope so. Sheikh Arian saying, I hope he's on side. I hope it's on side. So apparently, so John plays football. Just says that some of the quotes might be true. So we apologize. Therapy Army. Those of you who are laughing in the chat, we make our apologies. Some of the quotes are true. Some of the quotes are true, but we'll see when we get back to it. Big up. Manu is Bellingham's levels. Clip me. Yeah. In terms of like what the performance he showed today was just incredible, but we don't have that. Garnacho Hall of Fame goal just happened 5 a.m. in the morning, running laps of joy, peace and love. Unana, love Uncle Mick in Thailand. There you go. Big up Mick in Thailand. Sorry I couldn't jump on. I was busy. Afterwards, I would have loved to have come on, but I had a couple of things to take care of, and I thought I replied, but I didn't. But big up to you, Mick. Big up. Go and check out Mick Man UFC Realist TV, Jarvis, Mick, and the rest of the gang are on there. And make sure that you stay with it. They're always hilarious. He's in Thailand, living in a paradise. Mick, let us know, what island are you on? What island are you on? What island is he on?
I think it's Phuket.
Phuket,
yeah,
wow.
Phuket, yeah.
Wow. Damn, I need some of that sunshine. But big up to everybody. Love and light. Let's go into our next topic. So be the biggest thing we could say. Quickly, I just want quick answers, Bumbaye. Garnacho's going goal of the season, yes or no? Bumbaye is going to sleep. He'll be back in a minute. He didn't take kindly.
Sorry. Well, I think Kobe Mainu, if you don't mind, I think he's a good player, but I'd just say I wouldn't make any Bellingham comparisons or anything like that. Yeah, he's had one good game here. He's obviously a player that has talent. He strokes the ball very well. He reminds me a little bit of how Foden touches the ball. Some players have what I call wooden feet. Some players have soft feet. Soft feet, you take the ball, no matter the pace, you take the sting out of it, and then you can just stroke it ahead of you. Greenwood had it as well. He has that. He's a good quality player. And for 18, I feel he's quite a mature player. He didn't get excited today. He had a good temperament about him. And he was wise. You know, some players, you find them, they're stood watching the game. He didn't stand. He cleared the ball. He anticipated straight after the clearance, I said at the top of the show. Another shot, he blocks it, goes out for a corner. So it was really impressive to see him play today. And there was no Casemiro to help him out there. Do you understand what I mean? There was McTominay was there, Bruno was there doing his thing. So he was a little bit, if he was playing alongside Casemiro, I feel that he's got a little bit more direction with a Casemiro than a McTominay because of the stature of the player, the calmness, the experience. So it was a good game for him to play today. And you know, Phil Foden for me is special. I think he's such a beautiful player to watch. But look, it took him 3 years to establish himself in Man United. People kept moaning at Pep Guardiola. He said, "Look, I know what I'm doing with him." And Phil Foden now, to me, is is a wonderful player. So Cobb, I don't want to talk too much about him. I just want to say congratulate him today. He was really good. And just, you know what? I'm not going to moan if I don't see him play whatever. He's 18. 18-year-olds are growing. So injuries sometimes can flare up. Growing pains, these things happen. Everybody grows differently. So it won't be too much. It's not always about our staff and the medical team. Sometimes, you know what, as you're growing, things happen. Just leave him be, let him do his thing. At the moment, I can see him playing as a 6 and an 8. He has the qualities for both. He has the temperament to take the ball from the defense, pick a nice pass, and he can carry it pretty well. And I think he's steady at the moment with quality. To play as an 8, you start to put an onus on somebody to unlock doors, maybe get a goal here and there. Maybe a little bit premature. So I think he's nice in this kind of, this space he's playing in on the field. So that's what I'd say about him. And Garnacho's goal, I haven't seen it, so I'll let you know. But it sounded like goal of the season.
Just go to YouTube and have a look now. Get your phone out, you little shit. Get your phone out. Have a look on YouTube.
I can't believe this. This is outrageous. You've not even had a look.
This is outrageous, mate. Honestly.
All right.
Listen, big up the mix saying Mumbai is doing the McTominay on the ghosting for days. There you go. Exactly. That's what you're doing.
Let's have a look at this goal. I'm watching it now. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's have a look. See if his goal's any good.
Yeah, big up Mumbai.
Jesus Christ. What a goal.
Exactly. You missed it.
Wow. Let's just have a look at that again.
Listen, is it goal of the season or what? Jarvis, is it goal of the season?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think it's the goal of 5 seasons. To be honest, this goal was incredible. But scoring goal, as you said, it's 1 in a million. 1 in a million. So it will take a long time before we see a goal like that again.
He's actually, the ball is behind him. Yeah. He took a few steps, then he's clipped it. Wow,
100% amazing.
That's the best goal of the season at the moment. Yeah, it's going to take something special to beat that.
I don't think anybody can beat that. But listen, I want to big up Richie. Richie's he's a therapy army fella. He's part of the therapy army. He has been for a long time, but he's an Evertonian. He's a big Evertonian. And Richie, 63. I'm going to just to chat to you for a minute about your team. I genuinely do think that if you had a finisher today, you would have beaten us, because after the first 15 minutes in that first half, the game belonged to you guys. You were opening us up comfortably, right, left, and centre, while the likes of McTominay and Harry Maguire and Lindelof were all going AWOL. They were all ghosting. I'm telling you, they were. Because to concede 24 shots in a game, 6 of them on target, it was a lot. So you're going to win a lot of games, but you just got to take the chances. And I think what stunned you in that first 15 minutes, I think your majority of your fans, the fans in the stadium, were all shocked by the quality and the wonder of the goal that Garnacho scored. But big up to you. I'm totally behind the Everton fans. The Premier League is corrupt, and I'm definitely behind you guys in your fight to reduce these what happened. The points at the end of the day, the point deduction is disproportionate. 5 points maybe. Not 10. I don't agree with 10. 100%. No, I don't agree with it. It's definitely a goal of the season, but I won't get it because we know why. Yeah, people hate it, innit? The Puskas winner, it could be. It could be Jamie Wayne. It could be the Puskas winner when it comes to.
It should make the shot.
It's up there. It'll be up there. Zlatan's goal, England blows that away. Yeah, Zlatan's goal was amazing. Oh. Let's get it right. Zlatan's goal against England was one of the greatest.
Have you seen the that's the best overhead kick I've seen. There's Zlatan one. There's also a Marco van Basten one.
Yeah, Marco van Basten one. Yeah,
absolute phenomenal.
I thought one of the best goals I've ever seen watching a game on the TV was Mancini for Sampdoria, back heel from a corner, top corner. Next levels, man. Next levels. But hey, we move people. Listen, we need to get into the more of the topics on this show. So let's get into it. Definitely, you all agree that the scoreline doesn't really show doesn't explain the game. Are we all right? Manchester United was sloppy so many times.
Nuruddin, let's put it
but I do think we took control in the second half. Manchester United shaded the second half, maybe 35 minutes. We shaded it.
The scoreline flattered us, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was very flattering.
Yeah. I think everybody will be backing Everton to stay up, Windy. 100%. We'll all be backing Everton just to get justice. They deserve justice. 100%. Yeah. What a goal. What an absolute goal. Honestly, I think one of the best goals that I've ever seen. I've seen some amazing goals at Old Trafford in my time. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen some spectacular goals, but this has to be. I remember the Berbatov one when we beat Liverpool 4-3 or something like that. Or was it 4 or 5-3? I think it was 4-3. And Berbatov took a touch, kneed it, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, off the crossbar, yeah.
Off the crossbar, that was an amazing goal. But yeah, I saw volleys. I was there when Antonio Valencia scored that volley from the corner when he smashed it, swerved it into that corner.
I'll tell you a goal, Nuruddin. Can you remember that Travis Sinclair one from years ago?
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah. That was probably one of the best overhead kicks I've ever seen. That Travis Sinclair was incredible for QPR. That was incredible. It must be said. It must be said. But listen, people, honestly, maybe Ten Hag should sit in the stands more often. with that Shelby hat on, you know what I mean? Maybe it's the Arthur Shelby. Maybe he should join the Turkish fans on Wednesday. Maybe he should. Maybe he should be in the heart of the Galatasaray fans with his Arthur Shelby cap on.
Yeah.
Well, they're singing "Welcome to Hell."
This guy's been made a meme of so many times. First it was Walter White, now it's Arthur Shelby.
Tom, Ariad is asking, what was the outcome of that decision on side? This is like truth far. We're taking ages. Can't decide. Far said it's inconclusive, so it's going to stay on the pitch decision. That's what's happening. That's the latest.
Right. Okay. VAR review. Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
Look at this, right? There's some of them that's and then there's some of them that's a bit. Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. The FIFA generation are not going to remember that Alien Tenno. I remember that. David Beckham corner.
Great.
To me, one of these best goals, probably the one at Villa Park, in and off the bar, from about 35 yards.
Yeah.
Paul Scholes, that's probably his best goal. But then I've seen him score chips. I've seen him score all sorts of goals, man. Andy Cole, what was it? Who did he chip? He lobbed somebody. I remember what it was. It might have been a Champions League. Dwight York had a couple of overhead kicks, if you remember, people back in the day. Yeah. There we go. He says here, Arian says, keep Arthur Shelby in the stands with a pint.
Do you know what's funny, right? I'm going to say this is a little bit critical. I think that suits managers in some games. I think it suits some managers if they're actually sat in the stands. And the reason why I say this.
Yeah, because they can see it tactically.
They have the full view. It's the overview. Because when they review a game afterwards, that's what they look from. It's basically watching it like you are on TV, but you're in person. And obviously, even though you're in the stands, you can still communicate down to the coaching staff. It's still allowed. But even in saying that, guys, the way that we set up for the first 20 minutes was shambolic, let's be honest. But after that, we saw the adjustments that we made, especially in midfield, where because we know Maguire and Lindelof won't run with the ball, right? Well, tell Kobe to go and take the ball off of them and move it forward, and let's get us moving. But we don't have, in terms of the team ethos right now, we're winning games, guys, but we're winning them when realistically we shouldn't be. There's an excuse or a reason why the other team could have won the game. We're not winning it conclusively. Is the one thing that I'm worried about, and especially when you go away to such as Galatasaray midweek. Boy, honestly, all I'm going to say to these players is the players that we know that went away and lost 7-0 to Liverpool. I wouldn't start any of them. I really wouldn't. I really would not start any of them. We know Rashford can't play anyway. Listen, when we played Garnacho and Palestri on the wings against Crystal Palace when we beat them 3-0 convincingly, that was I thought quite a decent spell for both players. And we know Rashford can't play on that wing anyway. Anthony's, well, we don't know the severity of the injury, so we don't know if he'll make the game or not. But at the end of the day, guys, when you look at the whole performance, individuals are starting to improve. There is some improvements. Like Onana, for example, the howlers that he had at the start of the season, he's starting to get his grasp on the actual team and I think the league as well. So he knows when to play the ball, when to play out from the back, when to go long. He's learning the logistics of the Premier League well. But even in saying that, guys, with some of our players, even when we're bringing players back now, I said before, if we brought Shaw back into this team, don't expect him to work miracles straight away at left back because it's not going to happen. He needs at least a couple of games, 3 or 4 games, build up some match fitness and get back into the swing of things. Because for players like Mino and Shaw to come back in when they haven't played 1 minute of Premier League football this season already, when you can't expect players to play at high capacity quality. It's not going to happen. But at the end of the day, when we need to go and get a result, guys, we just need to grind it out. Like midweek is just grind it out. I don't care how we win, just win. Grind it out.
I mean, we're going to be doing, listen, most of you therapy, I mean, please join us at 6:05. Hopefully Tom might be available, but if not, no problem. If not, no problem. But 6:05, we're going to be basically doing a preview to Galatasaray. Welcome to hell and all that. Hopefully we'll get some of those imagery. But big up, the Jamie Wayne says juice for Walter. If you know, you know. Juice for Walter. And then Adrian Tennant says, "Oh, Eric said that he wears the magic hat when he's on Old Trafford. He says I fancy that." If you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. Windy says it's unbelievable that we're only 6 points off first. But have you seen our games? Because we played all the. Listen, I saw a great stat today. Most of all our wins this season have come from the bottom 10, the bottom 9. Most of our wins, we've lost one, but anybody above 10, we've lost to them this season.
Yeah.
Anybody in the top 10, we've lost to
them. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Nordin. That's why it's important not to get carried away because of the result, 3-0. But when you see behind the result, you could see that players are hiding. They are passengers. They're just riding along, and they're not good enough. And that's what I hope that Ten Hag will address. Because as I mentioned, we have Lindelof, we have McTominay, we have Rashford at the moment. They are not performing. But then again, as Tom mentioned, we have Onana. He's slowly coming back into form, and now he's the goalkeeper who have conceded least goals in Premier League, clean sheets. So that's fantastic, and we also see the fullbacks today performing at a good level. Luke Shaw and Dalot, especially Dalot, was good today. I like what I see from him. He tucks inside into the midfield, tries to help out. He's a little bit limited when he's in the midfield, but I like what I see. His underlap to the winger. He came 2 or 3 times to the byline and crossed because of his underlaps. So that's really good. And people got to remember, overlaps is easier for the defending fullback because then he just follow the overlap.
Follow the line,
yeah. But the underlap is much more difficult because the run comes in behind the back of the defender.
Yeah.
So that's a key element. And if that's one of Ten Hag's tactics, as I believe it is, that's actually really good.
Yeah. What do you think, Nuruddin? I'll ask you the question with Onana. Do you think he's picked up? Do you think he's improved?
Is that big up? Is that DJ Paul? Is he visiting the UK? Big up DJ Paul. If that's you, if that's not you, then big up to this DJ. What was he saying?
I was saying with Onana, do you think he's improved a little bit over the coming weeks and that with a bit of form, clean sheets?
Well,
from what we saw at the start of the season. Listen, you're the biggest critic of this guy, so...
Listen, I would say it, but I'll tell you after Wednesday night. Because that's when he saves the calamities. Where Butterfingers comes out. Butterfinger, ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 Butterfingers. Butterfingers comes out, so yeah. Big up if that's DJ Paul, then you need to hit me up, bro. You need to hit me up on Twitter. If you're in Manchester, then you need to hit me up. But big up. Listen, Windy asked a question before. She said, did we all believe that Anthony was injured in training? I don't think so. But anyway, Windy's here. Just honestly, I'm not gonna get upset if we finish fourth in the Champions League group and don't go on to qualify for focus on playing the FA Cup. Yeah, I agree. I'm just letting you know, Therapy. I mean, if Manchester United in the Europa League, I'm not doing it. I'm not covering it.
Same.
I'm not covering it. Honestly, I'm not doing it. It's just so that you know. Thursday night, I'm gonna chill out. But big up, love and light, people. Listen, it's been a pleasure. Big up to Bumbaye. Big up to man like Jarvis, Bowley. Sorry, Jarvis, bring you back. I don't know why I got rid of you because I was trying to write your Twitter handle on there. Man like Bowley.
Well, you're right that I can just bring one last topic. Today we saw Pilestri come on in the second half. He had a really good performance again when he comes on. He always performs. He has impacts, and today I believe he did really well. So, what do you think Ten Hag looks for when he chooses his wingers? Because he never seems to prefer Pilestri. He always prefers Rashford and the other Anthony over Pilestri. But we can see with our own eyes that he performs when he comes on. He has an impact.
I mean, the third goal was all because of the combination play between him and Martial. But he, like a proper winger, he found Bruno inside there and then Bruno. To be fair, I thought he was disgraceful in the first half. Him and Rashford were disgraceful. I thought our back five were disgraceful in the first half, other than Unana, sorry. Other than the Kobe Manu, I thought the rest of Scott McTominay was ghosting like he usually does. So, but in the second half, when he came on, he made an impact, definitely. I personally think, quickly, Jarvis, just to answer that, because I need to go, it's the fact that, I'll say it simple, is that he's not his player. He's way down the pecking order. But to me, that's why he's got his favourites. And for me, I'm sick of it. If Eric Ten Hag wants to be this disciplinarian, I think his strategy is confusing us. So there's so many things confusing about Eric Ten Hag. He wants to be this strict disciplinarian. He wants to pick players who are on top. Well, then why do you keep picking Rashford? Why do you keep picking Bruno? And by the way, Bruno's going to be out the next game, most likely. I think he's one yellow card away from missing a Premier League game, by the way.
If Alfinger Haaland didn't score for 10 games, would you drop him? Answer to me is probably
no. But listen, it will depend. It will depend what else is offering on the pitch. What else are you offering on the pitch?
What I'm giving you.
You don't have to score. Let me just finish. No, because you asked the question and I'll answer it. If your impact, to me, I think as a team, it's the team's responsibility to score goals. I want you to look after the fucking ball. I don't want you to fucking think like you're at a five-a-side or you're playing with your friends in the fucking park. I need you, when the team's under the cosh, in that moment, him and Bruno, I need you to buy fouls. I need you to put your body in front. I don't need you to start slipping and just getting dilly-dallying on the ball and losing it, because that builds more pressure. And that's why they were cutting us open. So I'm sorry, Bumbaye, on this one, you got no time. You're going to have to wait till next time we go live on this one, because I need to go. But love and light. But I'm just telling you, Bruno and Rashford were disturbing in that when we were under the cosh. They're absolutely useless. Yes, Garnacho was giving the ball away. Yes, Martial wasn't holding it. But those two hardly play. Well, Bruno and Rashford play every fucking single game.
You've not got you don't have great adequate backups to come in.
I don't give a damn about the adequate backups. I don't care. Play Pilestri.
You know what I mean? So these guys might have what I'm trying to say to you is, look, I'm just going to finish with this. Zlatan used to get a lot of criticism, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, because sometimes he wouldn't quite show up. We used to say bad things about him here in England. What Zlatan would do? Listen, just hang on. Let me finish. If you need to go, let me
finish. Hold up the ball better. I'm sorry.
Let me finish. He would in the Champions League games. People used to always wait for Zlatan to do nothing in a game, and then we'd come out and say, "Ha, we told you." That's the English narrative here about Zlatan. That's when he came over. The way he was speaking, like he had a point to prove. But what Zlatan will do is, or like a great keeper, for 85 minutes you don't see much, but that player has the ability to change a game and turn it on its head.
He has a
with
moment,
individual. Yeah, he has a moment. He has that in his locker.
So we're going
Bruno
to be
has
waiting
that.
for moments then.
No, we're not going to be waiting for
Don't do
moments.
anything for 90
No,
minutes, right?
let me tell you.
Let me finish. Let me make the point. Let me just make this point. He's
Man, I
not a
didn't
Romario.
finish.
Rashford is not a fucking Romario. You just made the ridiculous analogy. The greatest
Let me
guy
finish
who
it.
never.
Let me
just tell the people. Let me just educate the audience. The greatest striker never to be involved in play, but pop up with a goal out of nothing was Romario, Brazilian player. Romario used to play for Barcelona, right?
Point I'm
He'll
trying
do
to say
nothing,
to you.
not get involved in build-up play, none of this. One chance, bam, back of the net. Now,
Inzaghi.
Rashford, yeah, listen, Icardi as well. Listen, Rashford, right? Rashford and Bruno. Rashford is a wide player. He has to come short sometimes on the wide player. You have to take care of the fucking ball. I'm not having it, Bombay. I'm not fucking having it. And Bruno whacking it off the pitch. Did any of you see Bruno when he went back to left back? It was in Shaw's position. Two players are closing him down. Unana was over. He drags the ball with his right foot, flicks it over with his left foot, and then volleys it out of the pitch.
Well, look,
what the fuck is he doing?
There's two things that I think we need to consider. Yeah, the first one is if you had a really good backup plan.
Then finish, Nurdin, then finish.
Listen, we've talked about it how many fucking times. The guy sees those two, the face of Manchester United. It don't matter who else is fucking there. He's gonna play them to death. That's what's gonna cost him his fucking job. How many games have we sat here and talked about it? Whatever you said, Bombay, you said it for 100. Many other people have made exactly the same argument, saying if he had adequate backup. No. How the fuck do you know if you don't give these young people a chance? How the fuck do you know? How the fuck are you going to find out unless you give them a chance? So you're going to just play shit players
they're not
you're going to pay
players.
them to find their form.
Look,
to find their form.
It's not about finding their form. Look.
Yes, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No,
Jarvis, am I wrong? You're saying they've got to play. There's no adequate replacement, and these players produce moments magic. No, I'm not having that. I had that with Oli fucking Gunnar Solskjaer. I had it with Jose.
Look,
I don't want that shit. I don't want that football where we're relying on one or two more. I want the team to play better.
No, bro, look, the team is the team.
They don't play better, Bombay, with those two fucking with haram fucking football. Can't keep the fucking ball.
The team has a problem. It's the
those
whole team.
Two specifically. Losing it every fucking minute they get it. One way under the crush.
Me personally, man, I think these are our two of our best players. And when I look at the squad, I don't see adequate replacements that can just come in. And sometimes leaving them out, you might do better. But then again, it's a risk because, Bruno can turn a game on its head. He might have a bad first half and then he'll have a great second half. Seen it with Rashford a lot where he's carried the team last year, makes a goal from nothing. These players, sometimes players that go for not for the safe option, the percentages are low, if you know what I mean. When you try a lot of top stuff rather than playing it safe, you can get it wrong sometimes. But he's the most creative player is Bruno in the team for me. And Rashford, man, nobody wants to play against him on his day. I know it's not going quite right, but last game it was good. And the defense, I'll just tell you about the defense.
I have to stop.
The defense before you stop me.
They were abysmal. I think abysmal.
Yeah, okay.
Abysmal. 24 fucking shots. They can see.
I know.
That's abysmal.
But you don't understand about the.
No. You just said something. And I'm gonna have to come back at it because I'm not letting that fucking go. You said Bruno will turn something. Listen, I won't mind if Manchester United are a possession team. We are humping the team right back to their goal line almost. 5 yards. They're defending on a 5-yard area. We're humping them in. They've got 11 men behind the ball. We are switching the blade right, left, to center. That's the time where you get your creative players. you let them create. So you let them try it because you're going to win the ball back because the team's hemmed in, right? Bumba, you hearing me? I hope you're hearing me when I say this. That is one part. There, I don't have a problem losing the ball because I can see somebody who's watched football for a long time. We're going to try to, it's hard to play against blocks of 4, 11 players behind the ball, and we're going to try to open them up. So, yes, your creative players need to try some things. I understand that. Here's where your fucking creative players don't need to fucking try something. It's when your team is under the fucking cosh. When you're under the cosh, when they're missing sitters, when you're clearing
wrong.
the goals off the line. No, let me finish. When you're clearing it off the line and they're missing sitters, and then you give the ball to those 2 players for a bit of breather, and they both cannot hold up the ball, but within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, they're losing the fucking ball. They're doing it again and again and again and again. I'm not fucking having it. I'm not. You can talk to me all day and every day. I've watched enough football in my life to fucking know that it's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. For me, if you're in my team, you're getting fucking sold, mate. Don't lose the fucking ball when we're under the cosh. Do not lose it. Bang a fucking free kick at least. Die.
No, bro, look,
do whatever you have to fucking do.
Today, we didn't play a high line, did we? First half, we're doing a mid block. Bruno would press, and then he'd look at his sides, and then sometimes we'd go press him. But in the main, it's like a mid block. When you're in a mid block and you and you're getting put back into your box slowly.
I promise you, therapy. Then we're gonna have this debate. So listen, I need you to go and get your facts. No, listen to me. I'm not gonna do this now. We're gonna have this debate. You pick the date and the time, and everybody will come. I need you to tell me what Bruno and fucking Rashford have done this season, and I'll even get clips if we fucking need them. I'll take photos of them giving the fucking ball away. That's the point what I'm trying to make to you. So,
bro, this isn't a way that you conduct a show, you know. Honestly,
are you kidding me?
This isn't how we should. This isn't how we. This is not good.
Do you know when you chat about McTominay playing well and you pick up Harry Maguire? Listen, I let that go because that's an opinion. What you're not fucking telling me is that Bruno and Rashford have been criminals this season. They have been fucking. They need to go be jailed. Those 2 for the football they've played this season. They've been woeful.
I criticize
woeful, giving the fucking ball away at every minute. And Jarvis will tell you, and Tom will tell you, both of them. Do you think the fan base have got something against them? No. Nobody wants to see them give the ball away. But when we're under the cosh, when the pressure's on, they can't keep hold of the ball. Now, pick a day and time, me and you can have this debate. And I'll have it with anyone, anybody.
This isn't the way you conduct the show, bro.
Tell me a day and time.
If you go back into the show, I criticize Rashford's performance today. I'm trying to explain something to you about the defense, why the defense is tested so much. You know, you look at City's defenders and we laud them for being so wonderful, but they're not tested.
Okay.
The way that the team is functioning, and the way that I explained about getting into midfield and going back, is why the defense is being tested so much, and it eventually has to go long. And the fact that we're getting pushed back is when Bruno gets the ball, he's looking to transition quickly. We're not that possession team. This is why I say to you sometimes, people like Bruno, when you are under the cosh, and we need to get that pass into the space for someone to run onto it, these are the better players. If Sancho was there playing really well, I think, you know what, get him in there, give him something. If Mount was firing, yeah, right now, pickings are slim.
Go ahead, Jarvis. Listen, pick the date and time you want to debate.
I just want to say, for me, it comes down to Pep Guardiola. He always talks about playing with low risk. It's not about not trying to create something. It's about playing low risk. That's why he learns his players to play the Spanish style. You see their players never do the half turn because then they are exposed. They don't waste the ball. It's about playing with low risk. But it's not the same. Playing with low risk and trying to create is not the same as, because our players, Rashford and Bruno, they are gambling. It's a gamble. They take a 50-50 chance. They don't care if you lose the ball. They just want to do whatever they can to try to create. And I don't agree with that approach, because it's very important to play with low risk, but try to create. It's not the same trying to create with a gamble. And they need to figure out how to do it in the right way, not lose the ball all the time, if you understand what I'm saying.
But you don't have control. What I'm saying is you're looking at Manchester United as a transitional team. That's what I see when I look at United, because you get to the midfield and it's not like you can progress the ball. So eventually you're going backwards and backwards and backwards. From a mid block, you're going into a bit lower, they're getting chances. There isn't men up there, and this is why I talk about strikers having graveyard shifts at United. So what you're looking for Bruno to do with the way that Manchester United is playing, this goes back to the Ten Hag. We've not gotten what we wanted from Ten Hag. So what happens is Bruno gets that ball, and Bruno has that ability to find that killer pass into the space to put somebody through. A lot of the time, he's getting it wrong more than before.
And
He
that's the
needs to up
problem.
those levels.
That's
But
the problem,
the
Boumbaye.
way that the team functions, Jarvis, for me, I start him every game. And the way that with Rashford's pace and the way that we're trying to hit them, eventually we always tend to go long a lot of games because we get pushed back and we can't get out. Bruno will get it. He'll look up, boom, we go. That's the kind of team I see Manchester United as being a lot
Well, I'm sick
of
of
the
it. You know
time.
what? That analysis is 100%
If it
correct.
changes,
And
if
listen
it
to me.
changes
Let
and
me
the
just.
team starts to play in a different way, then I
No.
understand
Listen
it. But
to
I
me.
think at the
No.
moment, this
Well,
is the Man
listen.
United that you're looking at.
Well, I'm. That's why I'm telling you, I don't want that fucking Manchester United, because I'd say Manchester United had under Jose and under Ollie fucking Bump and Ollie fucking Gunnar fucking Southgate. That's what I had.
So
That's what
okay,
England do.
we
They
agree
just
that we would like to be better and play
Listen to me.
differently.
No. I'm not letting you off the hook, Boumbaye. When your team's under the cosh, I'm not
Yeah.
having you give the ball away. And you know what Fergie used to do? Fergie used to fucking run out with him chewing the game. He used to jump out of that bench and run out onto the Old Trafford fucking and go, what the fuck are you giving the ball away for? Play it simple. Like he said, Pep Guardiola did not invent football. Keeping the ball when you're under the cosh is one of the most vital parts. And in that first 15 minutes, Manchester United did that. We went after 3 minutes, we went 1-0 up, a spectacular goal. And for the next 17 minutes, we kept that ball. We kept that ball till you know fucking who gives the ball away. And I'm not here for that. I am not fucking here for that. I am not here for that. And not every game, Boumbaye, because you think that we play transition every game. No, we don't. We do not play transition football every game. There are times where teams sit back against us and we have to make the play. And I don't mind if the team that we hemp back, then you want your creative players to take risk, like Java says. Not while you're under the cosh in a fucking away game. And they're coming at you. They're coming at you. No, because Maguire is shit. You rate him, but he's shit. Lindelof is soft as fuck. Right? They're not aggressive. They don't get to anything. And McTominay is a fucking ghost. McTominay is a ghost that hides. An 18-year-old came in and showed every one of those pricks. Every one of those pricks. Oh, no. To me, no. Transition for me is when you're, in terms of leading. In the second half, we didn't play on the transition. In the second half, we played.
We got hold of the game. And they played better.
We connected. In that one, we are under the cosh. Bruno and Rashford in that first half, when we were under the cosh for 30-odd minutes, were shit. And that's where it is. But big up to everybody. Love and light. I said to you, Boumbaye, name, time, and date. We will have this fucking debate. Those two have been shambles. And my eyes don't fucking lie to me. They don't. These eyes, they might be a bit wonky. They might be a bit tired, but they don't fucking lie to me. They do not. They do not lie to me. And for me, nothing more I hate than when you can't keep hold of that fucking football. There is nothing, and it wasn't just them, by the way, but Martial doesn't play every game. So I'm not going to go and slag him off every fucking minute when he's not even on the pitch. And Garnacho, after that wonder goal, I'm not going to slag him off, but he was doing the same as well. But at least, you know what he was doing? He was at least trying to run at people. I don't know what the fuck Rashford was doing, and I don't know what the fuck Bruno was doing in that first half. I don't know. I can see what Garnacho's trying to do. I can't see what fucking Rashford is doing or Bruno. I can't. But big up to everybody. Love and light. Like I said, we'll have that debate. I'm happy to have that debate. Happy to have that fucking debate. Anytime this season, they've been woeful. They have been woeful. And the only reason why they're playing is because they were his guys from last season. They're his guys. And if he drops them and he loses, most managers get the sack. So it's in catch-22. That's why I always say, develop a system. Don't stay fucking loyal to any players. Develop a fucking system, not players.
Maybe if you developed a system, then you'd see a better performance all round.
Yeah. Listen, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Manchester United are back to fucking square one. We go for the rebuild, and who's playing today? Fucking Twiddly Toms and Twiddly Toe. Those two dickheads are playing as centre halves, and we can see 24 fucking shots. That's the most Everton have ever had and lost a game in their history in the Premier League. It's unbelievable. But big up to everybody. Like I said, make sure you check Tom Journalist 1 at Tom Journalist 1. Jarvis Bowley 77. Bumbai, you triggered me. I'm sorry. I've watched football enough. I go to the stadium, I see it. There are players who can hold the ball, who can fucking hold the ball. When the team's under the cosh, you hold it. Hold the fucking ball. And you were accusing Zlatan and all this. Zlatan, amazing with his feet holding the ball up. I remember Louis Saha was masterful. Wayne Rooney would fight, even though his back to goal wasn't amazing, but still he would fight for that ball. He would press up the pitch there, battle, fire, free kick. That's what he would do. Now, I agree with you about Manchester United strikers, all of them for the graveyard shift. And it's funny, a lot of people changed their tune because they were all blaming it on Martial, he's lazy. Bring Højlund, bring fucking Cavani, bring whoever you want. Graveyard shift. Graveyard shift. Unless Manchester United are dominating the fucking ball, is a graveyard shift. Nothing gets put in. So it is what it is. Any striker, Manchester, you have to make the shit yourself, like Martial did there with his runs. He was making those runs in that space. But it is what it is, people. Love and light. Like I said, win, lose or draw, bankers out, glazers out. Fuck Jim Ratcliffe's and his 25%. Free the fucking Palestine. Fuck you if you're a Zionist too out there. And fuck you, YouTube, for shadow banning this fucking channel. Anybody else can get it? Fuck you and your motherfucking crew. And a whole record label as well while you're there. They could all get it. They could all get it. People.
Tupac in the house.
They could all get it. If you know, you know. They could all get it. But that's what we say. Free Palestine. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:05 for the looking at looking forward to Welcome to Hell. I'm going to tell stories about when I was younger watching Manchester United go to Galatasaray.
Are we Tuesday at 8?
No, Wednesday at 5 o'clock. 5:45.
Okay, nice.
So it is what it is, people. It is what it is. So we will see what happens. But tomorrow we'll be live with Saeed. Looking forward to that much. Talking about the stories about Welcome to Hell. Because I'm one of those, Bumbai is young enough to remember when Cantona fighting with a Turkish police officer who's supposed to protect him in the tunnel. And the sign says, Welcome to Hell. And they were doing that. So, yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll break it down for you tomorrow. Bit of historical context. Jarvis, let them know when you're next live, man. When you're next going live on Man UFC Realist TV.
Yeah, I'm going live tomorrow night, 9 p.m. UK. We are having Jarvis Corner, and we will break down the game and talk about the latest.
Big up. Love and light. Tommy, good luck with the meetings. Bumbaye, you need to look in the mirror, wash your face and give it your head a wobble, because that was an absolute wobbler. But it is what it is. But genuinely, I mean it. Let's have that debate. Let's have the Rashford and Bruno fucking debate. Let's have it. I really want that debate.
I look forward to it.
And then the audience, anybody can decide, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. We'll sort that out for you soon, people. Exclusive one-on-one debate. We'll get Jarvis to moderate, or Tom, actually. We'll see. One of them can moderate the debate.
We'll need a moderator for sure.
Big up. Yeah, definitely. Because I need to be put on a time limit, definitely. Because I can waffle. I know. I need to be muted. Yeah. There we go. We'll finish with that. We'll finish with that from Shakarian. Fuck Zionist. There you go. But listen, Glazers out. Full sail only. Peace, love, light. Take care, people. Look after yourselves. Good night. Manchester United have won. but the scoreline did not tell the full story. Garnacho, what a goal, son. What a goal. Probably the greatest goal you'll ever score. And I think, for me, it's the goal of the season. But let's see if somebody else can come up with something better. Peace, love, light. Fuck the Glazers. Peace. Take care, people.
Peace.